Here is the slide to talk about this course. So when you talk about this fusion financials or cloud financials, we'll come to know in today's session itself what is the difference between fusion financials and cloud financials, what makes difference between these two terms we can understand. And when I talk about this course, we have two options for learning. One is online training. You can attend the classes, regular sessions, and if you have any questions, then and there you can raise the question and we can have a sort of discussions on the same to get clarified. The second option is recorded class videos. We have a recorded class videos from the previous batches. So if you are interested to go with those videos, yes, you can subscribe those videos. You can play in your free time. And if you have any questions on those videos, I'll be available. We can schedule the call and we can discuss. Frankly speaking, those sessions are very much detailed. Those videos we captured from the live classes only. So in every batch, we could see good number of participants. That is the reason. So if something is not clear to someone, definitely they raise the question. That's how everything is discussed. If you are going to play the recorded videos, you can get what you are expecting. And if you go with a video subscription, you are allowed for live classes also. Say if you are going to continue in this batch, you can go with the videos, you can start playing, and we'll provide you the instance access, you can practice. So the videos would be enough for you to understand and to practice. Still, if you want to attend the live classes, the current batch or upcoming batches, in any one of the batch you can be part of the the live classes. Okay, these are the two options. Just I want to introduce what are the options we have. Now when you talk about agenda for today's session, first we'll talk about fusion applications. We'll discuss here what is the meaning of fusion application. Oracle built this fusion application from the scratch, or they taken the solution from the different products. What are those, what are the areas they taken, why they taken, these points we'll discuss. After discussing about fusion applications, we'll look at the term called as cloud computing. So when you talk about fusion applications, we hear the term called as cloud application or fusion cloud. Okay, so here we have to understand the logic of cloud computing, how it works, which is applicable for our fusion financials or any other applications which are part of fusion. With cloud or without cloud also we have option if you want to use these applications for our client. And we'll see the difference between on-premise and cloud. We know very well on-premise means, but we have to understand how cloud works. And different options available for customers. We'll go through the different options which are available for customers. And very high level, I'll take you through what's new in the fusion applications. And finally, we'll walk through the course curriculum, which we are going to cover as a part of this training. Fine. Okay. Here we can see the Oracle journey, where they started, now where they are standing. As we know, Oracle is a database company. Oracle started as a database company. They came into the market with a database concept. Later, they started developing the applications. So very first application Oracle developed is general accounting, which is general ledger application in the current versions. They started only one application called a general accounting. So they could see good response from the market. That's how they planned and they built many applications. The initial version is e-business suite 11i. 11i version. The applications which they introduced into the market is 11i. Within the 11i we have many subversions that people knows what from the relevant background. And later they moved to R12, e-business suite R12. Why they moved from 11i to R12? They did some sort of changes. Between 11 and R12. In the 11i version, what are the bugs they fixed, and they did some enhancements to existing functionality. They introduced many new applications, and because of that big changes, they came up with a version called as e-business suite. The product remains same, but the enhancements, bug fixing, some new applications they introduced, and slightly that the technology, the forms to web pages also, they converted many form functions to web page. Since those are the changes, to address those changes very high level, so just come up with the release 12 version. Now we have Oracle Fusion applications from Oracle. You can call as Fusion applications or Fusion cloud applications. There's no big difference. It's a simple difference to understand difference between Fusion and cloud applications. We'll see that. Fine. So now from Oracle you have a Fusion applications. Same time we have a EBS release 12 also, and the prior version of 11i no more in the market. Oracle is not going to support, only for few customers who are very big customers for Oracle, who are still continuing with the 11i. For only those customers Oracle is providing the support. Officially they started support for 11i clients. So EBS release 12, still it is going to be in the market as Oracle announced up to 2030. 2030. Still 12 more years. Now we have in the market Fusion applications. What is the meaning of this Fusion application? How they built? We'll go through all those points. Okay, fine. So we know we have many ERP products in the market. So when you talk about ERP products, I just listed few ERP products for our understanding about the logic of Fusion applications, how they build. So we have ERP products from the different vendors: JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, Siebel, Oracle E-Business Suite, means Oracle, Hyperion, Primavera. There are many other ERP products, but just I listed very few. Okay. So when you talk about JD Edwards, and when you talk about any ERP product, you cannot see one ERP product is providing the best solution out of different functional areas of any enterprise. So if you take, say for example, you want to, I'll take very generic example. If you want to buy laptop, you'll choose some brand. If you want to buy bike, you'll choose the different brand. If you want to buy a car, you'll choose the different brand. You don't see more or less in the market the bike, laptop and car, you may not plan to get from only one vendor, because there is no such a organization or vendor in the market who are specialized in all these areas of the products. In the same way, when you talk about ERP also, most of the ERP vendors are providing the solutions for the different functional areas or different process flows, but they are specialized in very specific areas only. If you talk about JD Edwards, okay, JD Edwards, we have these options. These are solutions. From JD Edwards, we have a supply chain management, financial management, project management, and asset lifecycle management into manufacturing management. And the people from PeopleSoft, these are the solutions are available: supply chain management, HCM, human capital management, finance, and supply relationship management. Siebel product, CRM, and enterprise resource management, ERM, and partner relationship management, PRM. These are the primary product solutions are available. From Oracle, we know very well financial, supply chain management, customer relationship management, HRMS, human capital management, project suite. Okay, these are the different area. There are many, but just I taken very few for our discussion. Hyperion. These are not ERP products. Hyperion is not ERP product. It's a kind of enterprise solution. So primarily for your reporting purpose. Okay, HFM, Hyperion Financial Management, HFM, Hyperion Financial Reporting, HFR, Hyperion Planning and Budgeting. And from Primavera, we have Project Portfolio Management. This just primarily we use for planning purpose. This is a tool which can be used for project planning and scheduling. So these are the different solutions are available from the different ERP products. But if you look at these products, so these products may not be specialized in all the areas of solutions which they are providing. There may be, the product may be very good for specific functional area or specific cycle of the process or specific functional area. Okay, so that's how the different ERP products are very much specialized in the specific areas only. All the ERP products are not good enough in all the product solutions which they are providing. If you take example of JD Edwards, say it may be good enough, the solution may be good from supply chain management side. If you talk about PeopleSoft human capital management, HCM is very famous in the market, the solution which is from PeopleSoft. If you compare human capital management HCM solution with EBS, HRMS or any other ERP products, so PeopleSoft will get good rating. So that's how the solution is available from PeopleSoft. And CBIL, when you talk about CBIL, for CRM, CBIL is the best product. Okay, customer relationship management. Rest are not that much sound when we compare those solutions with other ERP products. When you talk about Oracle E-Business Suite, the financial management means financials is the best solution from the Oracle E-Business Suite, and other solutions also good, but when you compare with other ERP products, they may not be good enough comparatively. And Hyperion, when you talk about Hyperion, these all are very good, but just let's take simple solution as a Hyperion financial reporting, HFR, and even the rest also. Hyperion is very good and powerful tool for reporting and your planning and budgeting. And Primavera, project portfolio management for your project planning and scheduling and all. Primavera is a good product. So this is how we have some specialized solution from the different ERP products. Now, if you take simple example, you have a client, your client is looking for these areas of solutions. They are looking for ERP which caters, okay, which provides best experience to manage their supply chain management and HCM, human capital management, and customer relationship management and financial management system. So which is the right ERP for them? So here if you look at, if client interest is they want to go with SCM, maybe they have to take best. If they are looking in the market, they have to go with the JD Edwards for SCM. And if they want to have a best solution for HCM, they have to go with the PeopleSoft. For CRM, CBIL. For financials, Hyperion. If they are looking for best reporting solution, they should go with the Hyperion. If they are dealing with a project planning and scheduling and other areas of project engagements, they have to go with the product called as Primavera. Here you don't find one ERP which is giving the best out of market solutions which are available. So if the client is looking for the best for these areas, there is no one ERP which is readily available, which is really doing good in all these functional areas of our business areas of our processes. Okay, primary business processes. So now if they want to get for SCM, they have to take the license from one vendor, say JD Edwards. For HCM, they have to take the license from PeopleSoft. And for CRM, they have to take the license from CBIL. For financial management, they have to take the license from Oracle E-Business Suite. For their reporting requirements, if they want to have a best reporting solution in place, they have to take the license from Hyperion. If they are dealing with the projects also, if they want to manage that information, they have to take the license for Primavera. Different vendors. So it's a very big challenge for any organization. The first point is there is no best ERP which has very sound solution in all the areas which ideally organizations look for. Still, if they want to pick the best solutions from the market, definitely they have to go with the different vendors. If they go with the different vendors, the challenge is they have to take the license from the different vendors, and they have to go with a lot of customizations, integrations. They have to build the integration, they have to deploy the technical team to connect all these applications to sync and work in seamless manner. It's a big challenge for any organization. That is the reason what companies are doing. Okay, they are just focusing on, out of all these, which is their primary area. If their primary area is financials, which is product has best finance solution, Oracle e-business suite, they are going with Oracle financials. The rest of areas of solution or may not be very primary for them. Any ERP can help to manage such kind of processes. So that is the reason since there is no option to get best areas of solution for all their business processes, primary one they are just focusing on, accordingly they are choosing the ERP. Rest also they generally manage by using the same product. So to resolve, to fix, to provide the best based on the market, what are the ERPs are available or solutions are available, what Oracle it is, they acquired almost other ERP products and many enterprise applications. Oracle acquired JD Edwards. Oracle acquired PeopleSoft ERP, Siebel, and anyway, Oracle e-business suite is owned by Oracle only. And Primavera Oracle acquired, Hyperion Oracle acquired. There are many other ERP products and enterprise applications Oracle acquired. After acquiring, what they did from JD Edwards, what are the applications which supports the best as per the client requirements they taken, the specific solutions, and from PeopleSoft the complete HCM solution they taken, from Siebel they taken complete CRM solution, from Oracle e-business suite they taken finance solution, from Primavera they taken project portfolio management solution, from Hyperion they taken reporting solution. By taking the best solutions from the different products, ERP and other enterprise products, they built application called as fusion applications. When we are going to work on, or when we are dealing with these fusion applications, you don't see from PeopleSoft whatever the HCM solution they taken, you don't see that as a HCM PeopleSoft product that you can find within the fusion application. That is the HCM product which is a part of fusion only. Siebel CRM, when you are dealing with the CRM, that is the legacy, the actual source product is Siebel only. Oracle acquired that they taken as Fusion CRM, not Siebel CRM. They are not using those naming conventions, but the legacy of the solution from those respective application. So the Oracle, from Oracle e-business suite, the financial they taken into Fusion application, the same solution we are calling as Fusion financials. The same way Primavera, Hyperion. So whatever the solutions they taken from the different product, those are not going to be maintained within the Fusion application with the same names. For everything, the name they given as a Fusion application only. Fusion CRM, Fusion HCM, Fusion financials, Fusion the relevant reporting and all, everything just they taken into Fusion application. Now they built ultimate product called as Fusion application. If any client is looking for best solution for their different areas of business or functional areas or processes, they can find within the Fusion applications. So they no need to look for different ERP products to take best out of as per their business requirement. So if they go with the Fusion applications, they can get different ERP benefits within the one platform called as Fusion applications. So this is the meaning of Fusion applications. Any questions here, please? Any questions here, please?
Sir, as you are saying that here we are a combination of this softwares, right?
Correct.
Why specifically they need to choose Oracle only? If there is another big software which is of SAP or any other reason,
One second.
why is it Oracle?
1 second, please don't mind. See, if we talk about specialization, that's what we discussed just now. So if I ask you the question, out of Oracle applications, which is the best solution? If you are aware of the product, you should say finance is the best out of all the solutions. If I ask you the question, which is the best solution from SAP, you should answer ST, sales and distribution. If you compare Oracle financial solution with SAP FICO, FICO, finance and controlling, Oracle finance only will get more rating. So if any company is going to implement ERP, the big question is which ERP they have to choose. Which ERP has better solutions for the different business processes? Definitely they look at. So before fusion, if they look at Oracle applications, finance is best. But the HRMS solution is not good when you compare with the PeopleSoft. In the same way, CBEL and other applications, it's not good. So they taken best into fusion application. If client is going to take Oracle fusion applications, they are going to have the very specialized solutions within the fusion application, since those are from different ERP products. They can get best solutions within the fusion. Reason, they taken the best solution from the different ERPs to fusion applications. That is the reason companies will choose Oracle fusion applications. Fine.
So Oracle acquired all these vendors and merged everything
back
together.
Yes.
Okay. PeopleSoft is no more.
Any technologies.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Laxman, one question from me. So if we buy the Oracle Fusion suite, right, does it mean that the integration comes along with the framework automatically, meaning JD Woodward?
No. See, integration is not like the point of integration. Now, these all are available as a fusion applications only now. These are all available as Oracle fusion applications. The CRM is Oracle fusion application. So since all are fusion applications only, so that all has inbuilt integration. Okay.
Okay. Still we have to work on
background from
integration.
where they taken which is solution. So when you talk about Oracle EBS applications, your SCM and your finance has an inbuilt integration. Your finance and SCM and projects has inbuilt integration. Your other applications and HRMS has inbuilt integration. Since those all products are owned by Oracle, here also same logic. Inbuilt.
Okay.
Inbuilt integration is available.
All right. So we don't have to build any interfaces to bring the data from CBEL to finance and all that stuff. We don't have to do.
No, because now CBEL solution is part of Oracle Fusion applications only.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Just no more you call as this is CBEL CRM at legacy. Okay, the actual solution they taken and they, what I could say, they integrated, they just taken into this platform to synchronize the transaction process or data processes within this environment. So just
got it.
Only we are taking that point. Otherwise, no CBEL in the fusion. That's what you can see. But CRM, what you see, that is taken from the CBEL. The name nowhere you see in the fusion applications as a CBEL or PeopleSoft or Primavera.
Laxman, how far this is going to be different from the learning perspective compared to the R2L? Will it be the conceptually completely different or?
Yeah, fine. So,
hello?
Yeah, I got your question. See, if you know, we discussed a simple point. Oracle taken fusion EBS finance solution into fusion applications as a fusion financials. They taken as it is, but the platform what they built accordingly to sync and work that environment, again the technology what they are using. See, if you talk about EBS, most of the functionality we manage with the forms, but in the fusion applications completely ADF pages, web pages. And the way how we do the configuration in the EBS for finance or any applications that's slightly different if you compare with Fusion Financials. So if you know EBS Financials, that means you know very well how to start with the implementation, where to start, where you can go and do the configuration, how you can do the setups, how that responsibilities can be created, how the profile options you can set up, how the transactions can be performed, how reports can be executed, how you can query the data from the database. So whatever we do in the EBS, the same if you want to find in the Fusion, you have to see how those can be done in the Fusion application. The way how you do the setups in EBS slightly different in the Fusion application. Okay, how from where you start the configuration starting point, and if you compare with EBS in the Fusion, you have to understand few more points. How to create the users, how to provide the access to the users, how we perform the transactions. There are many frameworks Oracle changed, but the fundamentals remain same. Still, Oracle, you could see Oracle did enhancement for existing functionalities what they taken from the Fusion EBS application, and they introduced some new applications also, and reportings logics and many other areas they changed. And in fact, the conversions and all, which is a technical job in EBS, that they made as a functional job in the Fusion applications. And there are many new things. Okay, just very high level I'm going to cover in the today's session itself. I just address the point, right, as a agenda, what's new in the Fusion applications. There you will come to know. Even if you are a EBS finance consultant, at least one time you have to go through how things can be done, how the configuration can be done, how the process works. Everything you have to see once, then you will be comfortable. Even if you have a 10 or 15 years of EBS finance experience, no chance you can work directly on the Fusion applications without knowing how things works in the Fusion applications. Fine. Any other questions?
And what if we do not have the experience of Oracle EBS?
Your voice is breaking, no clarity.
Listen, what I'm asking is, if we do not have an experience of Oracle EBS,
Okay.
Using training, can we just, will this training give us a kickstart to financials?
Okay. So if you don't have EBS knowledge, we recommend to start with EBS then Fusion. Even if you want to get a job in the market based on the skill, the companies look for the people who are expertised on EBS and Fusion, because all the companies are not getting only the Fusion projects and all. So like in the market, the clients who are using these Oracle applications, more than 90% clients are using the EBS only. Still many clients are going with EBS only, since Oracle is going to support up to 2030. And few clients, small and medium sized clients, are going with the Fusion applications, especially cloud. And there are few clients who are very big, they started implementing, few clients already implemented, they are using. So that is the reason it's always good to have the EBS finance and the Fusion skill set, so that you can sell very easily. But still you can understand these classes. You can understand these classes, no doubt in that. You can understand how to do the configuration, how to execute the process. These points you can understand. But to build your profile, definitely EBS knowledge is required. Any other questions?
Laxman, I have one question regarding the ADF. Like, I mean, are we going to be using the ADF like in the background, or like?
ADF background in the sense, it's all about whatever setups we do, whatever the transaction process we do. For that we use ADF pages only, not forms. EBS we have forms concept, right? Everything we do through forms only. We are completely ADF. They build functionality, the product with ADF pages, ADF technology. That's all. Okay.
Laxman, this is Sagar. I have a question.
Yeah.
clients who are already on 11i or maybe R12 starting versions, can they directly go for Fusion?
Even if they are on release 12,
What is the
there is no upgrade option available. Okay, EBS to Fusion, no upgrade option is available.
okay?
Yep. Any other question?
Laxman,
Okay, they have to go for a fresh implementation.
Yeah, as a re-implementation, yes. Because product is same, but
Okay,
the platform and technology they changed. That is the reason it will be re-implementation. The solution almost same. The chart of accounts you designed and the complete the multi-org structure you designed and the solutions you offered in all the different applications and across the business processes. So the solution remains same, but once again you have to implement the Fusion environment as per their business process, where already you given the solution in EBS, same will replicate. That's all. We call it as fresh re-implementation.
Laxman,
okay. So if they're having financials and supply chain management, and only for finance they want to go for Fusion,
Sagar,
then they have to have integration.
1 second. I request you, other participant, to go on mute. When you are asking the question, you can just unmute and you can raise your question. Otherwise, we are getting some sort of background noise. When you are raising your question, you can go with unmute and you can raise. Yeah, that's our request. Please follow that. Yes, Sagar, you can go ahead with your question.
So my question was, if a client is only moving the financials to Fusion and SCM is on R12, so they have to build a integration, or there are any
Possible.
pre-build kind of things which are provided?
So no. They have to build a integration. For few areas, they are giving the option called as coexistence. That means so automatically data will get synchronized. But whatever the example you are talking about, it is not applicable. Say for example, client is using EBS application and reporting solution they need from the Fusion, which is Hyperion reporting, HFR, Hyperion financial reporting. If they want to take the advantage of Hyperion reporting, which is a part of Fusion Cloud, yes, for that there is a ready-made solution from Oracle. So whatever your GL data automatically will sync into cloud environment. There you can prepare the financial reports by using the product called as Hyperion Financial Reporting. Hyperion Financial Reporting is inbuilt solution within the Fusion application, which got replaced with this what we call FSG, financial statement generated. GL FSG we have, right? It's a simple tool, but HFR is a very powerful tool. Any sort of complex reports you can generate, and for that they given the logic where we move the data from Oracle database to S-based database. We will discuss those points anyway. Those are all we have as a part of our curriculum to understand. Okay, if you want to build integrations, there is no kind of inbuilt solution you have to do with this Fusion applications. Say purchasing your EBS purchasing, you want to integrate with cloud payables, you have to build an integration. For that we use SOA, service oriented architecture, in the Fusion applications. Okay, we'll discuss on when we talk about Fusion enterprise, Fusion architecture. At the time I'll be addressing all those points. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay,
yeah,
Hi,
Laxman.
Yeah, Abhijit, please.
Yeah, so good morning. I have two questions, Lakshman. Like earlier in EBS, we were using like Toad or SQL Developer for accessing the database. So in Fusion, can we use a similar same application?
Yeah, see in EBS Fusion, what happens is you cannot connect. Again, that's totally different. Whether you are going to use Fusion, just Fusion applications or Fusion cloud applications, that makes the difference. So if you are going to use Fusion applications as an on-premise solution, you can still go with any tools, third-party tools. But if you are going to take the subscription from Oracle as a Fusion cloud applications, okay, in few minutes we'll understand the difference. So if you are going to have if you are using the Fusion cloud applications, no, you cannot connect Toad or some other third-party tools or any Oracle tools to query the data from database. Within the application itself, they provided an environment where you can write the queries and you can fetch the data. Within the application environment only you can do what generally you do by using the Toad and other third-party tools. I'll be covering that from
Laxman,
you can go and write the query, how to fetch the data. Once you fetch the data, how you can take the data into report definition. These points I'll be covering. Yeah,
So what is the application that's used for querying the data?
It's not application, it's a BI catalog, business intelligence.
Publisher?
Yes.
BIP publisher.
Yeah, correct.
But for the mapping and the column information, that's very challenging to find out how to map the tables and everything.
Mapping.
Table mapping.
For what?
For joins and how to get the retrieve, what table you're looking.
Simply you have to write the query. You have to write the query. Prior to that, you have to analyze.
Like in any other tools, you can, if you connect to database, you can see the table names.
No, if it is a cloud, that is an option. If it is a cloud, that is an option. If it is not cloud, just Fusion applications, you can just go with this Toad and other tools. There are certain limitations because of cloud. Okay. Yeah, please.
Laxman, this is Edward.
Yeah.
So just to get clarity on what you just stated right now. So if there is a heavy customization and interface in Oracle EBs, so the client won't be able to do search in the cloud environment.
Yes or no? One case.
Okay, because I'm working with a client right now that has Concur application interface with Oracle EBS, and if they decided to go into cloud and they want to do search,
we have
is that applicable?
Edward, we have options available. There are different options that depending on your requirement, you want to do the customizations or not. If you want to do the customizations, we have an option. If you don't want to do any customizations, we have a different option from Oracle when you go with the cloud. Again, depending on what you are choosing, the advantages and disadvantages we have. Those points we'll discuss in today's session. Okay, it may take a few more minutes time to reach that. Yep.
Okay.
See that.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. And just one thing we'll do it. One thing just we'll go through whatever we planned. After that, we can have a number of questions. Okay, and we can discuss on that. Fine. There may be two guys who are attending this session who has to drop as per the scheduled time which we plan. So let me go through it, exact points, whatever we are discussing on those areas. If you have any questions, you can raise. The rest of all question, any sort of questions, we'll discuss maybe in the end of the session, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. Fine. Here to understand this point, okay, Fusion application. What is the meaning of Fusion application? How they built? Any questions on this, please? Fine. This is the background. So you see the Fusion applications as just Oracle Fusion applications as with the same title, but the legacy from the different ERP products, the core product from different ERP products, which is the best from those ERP products. Now finally, Oracle Fusion applications became best solution in the market. Fine. Now let's talk about cloud computing. What do you mean by cloud computing? Anyone? Simple definition. You don't need to explain detailed information. In simple terms, what do you mean by cloud computing?
Everything hosted in the cloud, servers and everything, software.
Will be managed with virtual machine.
Cloud. It's a virtual. Here, cloud we have to take as a virtual. Okay. We just ideally we connect to the physical systems where the software is deployed, and we'll start connecting, working, and the communication. Everything we do with the virtual machines. Within the virtual machines, what are the software is installed. In cloud computing, we don't deal with the virtual machine. Okay, we deal with the we don't deal with the physical machines in the cloud computing. It's all about virtual machines. Let's try to understand what logic, how this cloud computing works. I have a few slides to talk about it. Here, see, we have a physical server. Physical server, this is a very big mission. Physical server. What Oracle do is, Oracle or any cloud computing company, okay, any cloud computing company, what they do is, by using the physical server, they can create multiple virtual servers. These all are virtual servers. This is a one physical server. By using this physical server, they can create virtual servers as per the requirement. Okay, each virtual server should support how much, what for each virtual server, what infrastructure is required, and other capacities. I mean, it follows the structure of server structure only, but it's a virtual server. By using the physical server, so cloud computing company creates virtual servers. These are all are virtual servers which you cannot touch. How they create? With the logic of virtualization concept. Hope you you know, like VMware we use to create virtual machines. So with a similar logic, virtualization logic, cloud computing companies create virtual servers as per requirement. Okay, they'll create virtual servers. So where we can keep the physical server? In specific location. It could be any location. In physical location, we place physical servers. So these virtual servers where we can keep, since these are virtual, these we can keep in the virtual environment only. The virtual environment which we choose is internet. Okay, if you look at virtual server architecture, this is the architecture for virtual servers. The similar architecture which you see in case of physical server, same architecture. So virtual infrastructure, if you want to set up a physical server, you have to have a infrastructure, the mission, a server, and within that we have to install OS operating system in that physical server. In the same way, virtual server also will have a virtual operating system. Reality operating system is always virtual. That could be physical server or any server, and applications. Okay, within that operating system will install the application. The same structure which you see in case of physical server, the same logic applicable for virtual server architecture also. It is same as physical server architecture. So okay, we have to maintain the infrastructure. Within that, the server infrastructure, we have to install the operating system, and within that we'll maintain the application. The same you could see with a virtual server also. Fine. Now how cloud solution works. So the physical server, this is a physical server, and by using the physical servers, the cloud computing company creates virtual servers, and where the virtual servers they'll maintain in cloud. In cloud in the sense is internet. They keep that virtual servers to be available for requested party, say clients. This every virtual server will have this architecture. Okay, virtual servers in cloud. Your cloud means internet. So physical servers will maintain in specific locations. Virtual servers we maintain as a source of internet. The internet maintaining some this virtual servers in internet only we call as cloud. Fine. So how this logic will work? Take example how users will access, how these things can be managed. So this is a physical server, and by using this physical server, say Oracle created one virtual server for client A. For client A, they created one virtual server. Now client is operating the business, and they implemented this Fusion applications in 3 different countries. Okay, for 3 different countries business operations they implemented Fusion applications. Now see here, users are working from Australia, USA and India. Now with the concept in the virtual server. Okay, virtual servers they have, by using the physical servers they maintain the virtual servers, and definitely the cloud computing company will have, I mean, they have to maintain the servers, data centers in the different countries to give the better experience for their clients in terms of access and many other aspects. Say this Oracle has data centers in USA and India and Australia, or from in other countries also they have. So now what happens is, virtual server is only one. Now this Australia user is trying to connect to virtual server called as virtual server. What this cloud computing, that the whatever the URL they provide, it will try to find the nearest data center to connect to this virtual servers. Again, one more point, this virtual server copy will be maintained in all the data center, typically through which data centers, what are the nearest data centers the client has. So when Australia user is trying to connect to the server, for Australia user nearest data center is Australia. So whatever the virtual server which they allocated for their client, that copy they'll maintain within this data center, and this copy and this virtual server will have full synchronization. Okay, that's how they'll connect. When the Australia user is trying to connect, it look for nearest data center. Okay, nearest data center, and the request will get connected to nearest data center. Since it's nearest, the user request will get response immediately. The user experience will be very rich. If USA user is trying to connect to this virtual server which is allocated by Oracle for this client, so the same virtual server they are maintaining in multiple data centers depending on the client operations. Okay, they'll maintain whenever this USA user try to connect this virtual server, system will, okay, it has an intelligence, it can identify the user is connecting from which geography, the near to that geography where we have a data center availability. Within the data center, the replica of the virtual server which is available, they'll just give a connectivity. That's how. Otherwise you have a physical server in US and you are doing the business in other 10 countries. From 10 countries, if user is going to submit a request, user is trying to establish a connectivity, and if they're trying to fetch the data or they want to get the record of any data, all the ways the user request from the 10 different countries, it has to follow only one path of traffic. All the requests should go and hit same server, and the traffic would be very high in terms of the user traffic to establish the communication with the physical server. So that is the reason the user experience would be very low. So with this cloud computing, this is how they just manage this virtual. So they'll create virtual servers, they deploy those virtual servers replica within the data centers. Whenever user connect to the virtual server, it will route the request to nearest data center. That's how the users will connect, and they'll just start working on that environment for respective operations. Okay, so this is the point we have to understand. Again, what it will do is, this cloud computing company, they are not going to copy as is this entire virtual server. Say for example, we implemented financials, SCM, HCM and PPM, project portfolio management, project suite, all are implemented here. All the implementation related the data they are going to copy in 3 data centers? No. Say first India user is going to connect. India user always works for financials only. Whenever India user is trying to connect to this virtual server, this India user is working on which environment, it identifies that area of configuration and information only through caching they maintain within the India data center. And India user is first time is trying to connect to SCM area. What this concept, this the technology, as per the technology, what they do is, this user, India user is connecting means they'll connect India user. Very first time they'll be connecting to this virtual server only. Okay, there is no data. The data is available in the India data center related SCM. Since India user is trying to connect to this virtual server first time for SCM applications. First time means it will connect to this only. Then system will identify very frequently if this user is trying to connect to SCM from this virtual server, the SCM, the data, I mean the configuration and the caching they'll create within the India data center. So that's how they'll keep maintaining that caching of the user requests in the nearest server, so that next time when that user is trying to connect, the request should no need to go here. That relevant area of access, that caching and the information, the replica of information should be available, but these all will have a full synchronization. So this is how user can be granted to the nearest data centers, and through virtualization they'll create this virtual servers and they'll maintain in the different data centers, so that the server access readily would be available for any country users, since those are connected to internet and maintain those virtual servers in the nearest data center to the client, from where they raise the request to connect to the servers. So this is a point we have to understand here. Any questions based on this slide or whatever we discussed?
Laxman, this is Sagar.
Please go ahead.
So Laxman, you were saying like you're saying like a user will be connecting to the nearest data center, but all these are virtualized, right? The physical server is at centralized location. So how we can say like it is the nearest one? It's virtual. So definitely what is running it in the virtual is like pointing to the physical one, which is far end, right?
And I'm very sorry. Please, when I say please wait, please stop it. I understand your question. See, virtual servers need to be supported by physical servers only. Okay. Virtual servers, simply we cannot leave those servers in the internet where that storage can be supported. The storage and all will be supported by data centers only. So that's how system will identify. Any virtual server, the virtual servers will create. The virtual servers need to be maintained by physical servers only. Need to be supported by physical servers. Those are the data centers. That's all. Any other question, please? See, no introduction. Directly you can raise your question, please.
Yeah, Laxman, as this server is having the virtualization, so how it is ensuring that the security of the data and the security, I mean, from any aspect, data security is maintained in the virtualization. How we can get the assurance in the virtualization?
See, the very high security models Oracle is following. If you have a concerns related to data security, Oracle has a different options. We are going to discuss those also. Oracle has 3 different options when you have a concern related to security of your data. We'll discuss it. That is a separate topic I mentioned in the agenda. When we go to the slide, we'll talk on that. Fine. That is there. That is taken care. Any other questions? Fine. Just we'll move on to other slide. When you talk about cloud computing, so here what Oracle did, no forms in Fusion applications. You take any area of application. It could be finance or SCM or procurement or HCM or PPM or CRM, any areas of applications you take. So everything built with the technology called as ADF, means web pages. Since entire applications are built with the web pages with ADF technology, you can connect to these Fusion applications from any device. That could be your mobile or tablet or laptop or smartphone or any other device. From any other device you can connect to the Fusion applications. When you talk about EBS applications, you cannot connect from your phone. You cannot connect from any device. Reason, you have to install that plugin, Java plugins and all That's how there is some kind of additional work you have to do. Again, those are not that much what I could say is responsive. Means based on the device, the display, there won't be any response from the application. Okay, so the applications are the application EBS application is not that much responsive when you are accessing that from the different devices. Again, you cannot access from any device, but since this is a completely web applications, you can access from any device. So however you access your Gmail and Facebook or YouTube or any website, in the same way, just you can type the URL of this Fusion applications and it will provide you the login. You can log in and you can connect to the application and you can start working on that application also. No additional plugins we have to install. Okay, so that's how it is very handy. From any device you can connect to the Fusion applications, Fusion cloud applications. Okay, Fusion cloud applications. So that is a slide, it's all about it. Now let's talk about the architecture of this virtual machine. Okay, and we'll take the client requirement, different requirements to understand how the solution Oracle or any other cloud computing company is providing. So client requirement. So when you talk about the virtual server consists of the infrastructure and operating system and applications. As a client, I need only storage space. I don't want to buy some server to store some files or applications or anything. I need just storage space only. What you think the best solution is available in the market? I need just storage space only. I don't want to buy the server. I don't want to buy. I want to take and rent base or some subscription base. What is the best option in the market if I need only storage requirement? Any idea on that? I have some data. I want to maintain the data and I don't want to buy the server. Equivalent to server, I want to get some service in the market. Do you think some option is available in the market? Many options are there. Any example from anyone?
Product as services, SaaS, CAS, service, SaaS.
Some service vendor name.
Yes.
So,
What did you say? Amazon?
Exactly. That is the best example. Amazon. So just you go and buy the subscription. You take the subscription for certain storage space. And within that storage, you may install the applications or you may place the files or any data. Okay, storage. Only if you have a storage requirement, you can take the storage space. You can buy the storage space. That means you are getting the access. You are taking the subscription for infrastructure. Virtual infrastructure, you are taking the subscription or you are taking on the rent base instead of maintaining your own infrastructure, means your own server. Other client requirement is they want to have access to the applications. They want to have access to the application. That means if you want to have access to the applications, so there should be vendor who will be providing the access to the application. If they are providing the access to the application, they should have a infrastructure to manage the applications. Applications you can maintain with the help of software operating system only. On any infrastructure, if you are going to manage any application, you have to have a operating system. Within the operating system only you can install the application. So you have virtual infrastructure, you have a virtual operating system, and within that you can install the application. Otherwise you don't want to install the application within this virtual infrastructure, and with the help of operating system, what are the applications already available you want to have access. That could be your requirement. So you may take the storage space, you may take the license for the applications, and you can install and you can use it. Or else you don't want to take the license for the applications. Let applications are owned by same vendor. You need just access to those applications. That is your requirement. When you need access to the applications, to support that applications access, there should be some infrastructure. On that infrastructure, operating system should be available. Within that they have to install the operating system. Within that operating system, there should be applications, but you need access to only applications. You don't want to bother about the infrastructure, the storage, and the operating system, what the client is managing. Just you need access to the application. Okay, you need access to the application. You may talk to somebody, I need application access, how much you charge? They'll just give you some price. They says per month we charge 10 lakhs. Okay, you will pay and you will use. You don't need to worry about the server which they are maintaining, the applications which they are running on which operating system. You don't need to worry about. Just your requirement is you need application access. That could be some other client requirement. And one more example I taken as a client, the other client requirement is they need application access. Okay, they need application access. Here, if you talk about application access, the vendor may say who is providing the application access, will give you the access to the application, but we don't allow you to modify that application. However, you have the application, you have to use as it is. No permissions to customize, modify. No access to develop the new application. We'll give you the application access, use it. Okay, take example, any kind of product, say WhatsApp. We access WhatsApp application. Can you do some customizations? No. However, the app is available as it is, you can use it. Okay, so that is a one sort of requirement say client has. Client requirement is they need access to the application, they are ready to use that application, how that features are available. Other client requirement is they need access to the application. Along with the application access, there should be flexibility of doing the modification as per their business requirement. Take these three as a three different requirement. The first requirement is they are not talking about operating system, they are not talking about application, they need storage space. What they do with the storage space, they may install the application, they may place some documents or files, etc. Just they'll store whatever they want to store by installing the operating system, and they may install operating system, they may just place the they may install the applications within that, or else directly they may dump some files within that storage space. The other requirement is only application access as it is. However, product is available, they want to use it. When they are going to use that applications, definitely this should exist, then only application can stand in that environment. And third requirement is they need application access, how it is available as it is. On top of it, they need flexibility of performing the customizations, doing the customization. If this is a different three clients requirement, to cater these requirements, we have a solution from any cloud vendor, not only Oracle. If you see any company as a cloud computing company, that cloud computing company offers these three different solutions. Let's see what are the naming conventions and how those are different from each other. I'm taking the first client. Okay, first client. What is the first client requirement? Storage space. That means only this virtual infrastructure only they need. On top of it, they can install their operating system. They want to go with the whatever the application they want to install. In that case, the option is available, the subscription is available from any cloud computing company called as IaaS. IaaS. IaaS we call. IaaS means infrastructure as a service. The cloud computing company will provide the virtual infrastructure, and for that they charge. That's all. With that virtual infrastructure, with that storage, what client will do, that is up to them. Up to them. Okay, they may install the applications by installing the operating system. operating system. They may just place files directly within that environment. How they want to use, up to them. Any applications they can get into that environment. Sorry. Fine. The other client requirement is application access. How they need application access as it is. How the vendor is providing the application, how the vendor built and kept ready, as it is they want to access. Just they want to use that applications. So if any applications we want to access, how the product is available as it is, the solution the option or the subscription what we have to get from that cloud computing company is SaaS. 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 SaaS means software as a service. Okay, you will take a service to use the software. Okay, and you will be getting access to the software. If you are going to take example of Oracle applications only, okay, you don't want to buy the server, you don't want to install, you don't want to have a DBA to install, you don't want to have a technical team who will take care of network security, etc. So you may ask Oracle to provide, or you may ask Oracle, I need access to Oracle Fusion Financials, Oracle SCM, Fusion SCM, Oracle HCM. So in that case, you may go with SaaS option. If you go with the SaaS option, Oracle will give you the access to standard product. You can configure and you can start using. But your business process is little bit complex. The standard application which Oracle or any other company provides, it may not help us to execute your custom business process or custom logics, how you execute your business process. In that case, if you are going with the SaaS model, SaaS subscription will give you the application access, you can configure and you can use. It won't allow you to do the customizations. You want to use Oracle Fusion applications and you need flexibility of doing the customizations as per your requirement. In that case, you have to go with the PaaS subscription. PaaS means platform as a service. Within the Fusion applications, Oracle will provide you the platform which allows you to do the developments. You can develop new functionality if required. You can develop altogether new application also that you will be able to deploy in the same environment, and you can sync that application with your existing process and you can use that application. That means you'll get application access, the standard product, whatever the product you are getting from Oracle. Okay, the basic product you will get. On top of it, you can do the customizations. If you want to do the customizations also, okay, to extension to that standard product, we have to go with the PaaS model. If you go with IaaS, only you get storage space. If you go with the SaaS, what are the application you get from Oracle, you can use as it is, you cannot customize. And if you go with the PaaS, you will get a flexibility of doing the customization. Again, here few points we have to understand between SaaS and PaaS. So when you talk about application access, you'll get application access, and we are discussing we cannot do the customization. When you talk about customization, which will impact the application process and behavior, that only we call as customization here. Ideally, we call as report creation also customization, but that is not included in this SaaS model as a customization. In SaaS model, you can do report customizations. Reason? The report customization is not going to impact any business process or behavior of application. It's all about the existing data, how you want to represent, how you want to see. That is not a great customization. So that is the reason in SaaS model, yes, you can do the customizations. Which customization? Report customizations. The actual customizations means functionality. And if your client is going to use SaaS model, still you can have a third-party integrations possible. Okay, you can go with the third-party integrations in SaaS model also. In case of PaaS, you can do the functionality customizations. Anyway, report customizations and all can be possible with the SaaS itself. So in PaaS also the same would be available. You can have a third-party integrations. What is the big disadvantage with the SaaS? the SaaS, the big disadvantage is you cannot do any functional related customizations. What is a great advantage with SaaS model? The great advantage of the SaaS model is SaaS option is, and before that, most of the clients, 99% clients are going with the SaaS only. The reason is, now if you go with, say for example, Oracle release 11 version, your client taken, your customer taken SaaS with a release 11, and after that say Oracle release 12 in Fusion applications. So if you are in the SaaS environment, your environment will get upgraded automatically. Since your environment is SaaS, no customizations you did other than reports. So the environment can be upgraded automatically. Only the simple point is you have to raise a request to Oracle Cloud team. If you inform today, by tomorrow your environment would be ready with the latest version, where you can enjoy that latest new features what Oracle introduced with the latest release. And if you are in the 12, if Oracle is going to come up with a 13, you are in the release, you are in the SaaS model, auto upgrade happens. You no need to plan and execute the upgrade activity how we do in EBS case. So upgrade takes place automatically, just you have to request Oracle. Okay, you have to raise SR. But in case of PaaS, Oracle is allowing you to do the customization. Since you have a customizations, it is not easy for Oracle to upgrade automatically. That has to be done as a separate activity. So if you go with a cloud option, it could be IaaS. IaaS is totally different. Okay, so just only storage. You may go with the SaaS or PaaS or IaaS, anything. The DBAs and all will be working from Oracle only. You don't need to have a DBA team. Okay, you don't need to have a DBA team. Just will have a team at the time of implementation team. Once implementation is done, as a part of implementation, we have a primarily functional team only, functional resource, hardly less number of technical resource. The reason in the Fusion applications, data conversions, and take any small or medium or large implementation or complex or vanilla implementation project, in any sort of project in EBS, technical resources are required. What is the primary reason? To perform the data conversions. Now in the Fusion, to do the data conversions, we don't require technical resource. Okay, only they are required for third-party integrations. Or else if you want to develop the custom report, or if you want to develop the custom functionality. Okay, so maximum clients are going with the SaaS. In SaaS anyway, customizations are not available, not possible. Only hardly you may do report customization or third-party integration. If you take 10 EBS implementation projects, in 10 EBS implementation projects for finance, even if you least case, if you take one consultant for each each project as one finance resource, you will have a 10 finance consultants. And in the same way, for each project you may need one or at least two technical resource. So say, because to help all the functional areas of customizations and integrations, say you are going to have a two technical resource. That means for one finance consultant, for overall implementation, maybe two technical resource. The same scenario if you are going to handle by using the Fusion applications, Fusion cloud applications, definitely 10 finance consultants are required for each project minimum. You may require, you need one finance consultant, but when you talk about technical resource, hardly for 10 projects you may need 2 or 3. That's how the technical work drastically reduced. So most of the technical resource are migrating to functional side. It could be finance or SCM, HCM. They're choosing their favorite area. They're learning, and that's how they're just getting into market. So this is what happening in the market. And to understand the subscription, these are the 3 subscriptions are available from any cloud computing company. The same is applicable for Oracle. Any questions here, please, or else just wait for a few minutes. We'll go through a few more slides. Those will give you more information. If you have any further questions on that, you can discuss. Let me move on to other slide. So this is what we discussed. SaaS, just to consume, it consists of server, the infrastructure like virtual infrastructure and operating system and application, and PaaS, platform as a service, for the flexibility of building new applications or new functionality. That means server, middleware, everything we have. See here, everything just represented, no control we have on anything, just usage only, consume. Here we have a control for the application. The rest, servers and operating system, you cannot have any control. You'll have a flexibility of, you'll get a platform to build the applications. And when you talk about IaaS, infrastructure as a service, just for hosting only, hosting service you are taking, within that you can install your operating system, you can maintain the application, you can use that storage. That's how it works. And we have one more slide. Okay, fine. I think I just mentioned later, I removed that. Fine, no issues. So again here, you may go with a SaaS or PaaS IaaS, and in terms of security, which is your choosing? Public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Okay, hybrid cloud. You could see most of the companies are going with the public cloud only. Offsite infrastructure, that means they don't maintain infrastructure. So third party management. In case of Oracle, the infrastructure and the software, everything will be managed by Oracle only. You have a client called as XYZ, you want to implement Fusion applications for them. So offsite infrastructure, they won't maintain any infrastructure. The virtual servers will be managed by Oracle, and those will be managed by Oracle only. Okay, they'll maintain, Oracle will maintain, they'll provide the access to the Fusion applications based on your subscriptions, SaaS or PaaS, and they will manage those applications. The server, virtual servers management with the help of physical servers, and the DBA team, everything will be managed by Oracle only. That model we call as public cloud option. And private, when I talk about private cloud, so on-site infrastructure with your own management, or off-site private infrastructure with third-party management. That means you are not giving it to someone, you want to manage. You want to manage your own infrastructure. With that infrastructure, you will create virtual server that will be deploying as internet as a source, and you will be accessing. What Oracle is doing, that may be done by your own team. That is a private. And hybrid, combination of public and private. Few applications you may deploy in the virtual servers which are provided by third party, and those applications will be managed by that vendor only. And for few applications, you may have your own team who will be managing those applications with this cloud computing technique. That means you'll have infrastructure, within that you install, and you will just convert that applications access as a cloud computing technique, and through that you will be accessing. Finally, few applications you will have a complete control and your team will manage, and few applications you will be deploying and you will be accessing from third party environment, third party, that virtual servers, they'll manage. That sort of solution we call as hybrid. Okay, so everything is managed by third party, that is public. Everything is managed by you, which will be connected to cloud technique, that is private. So you have it 10 applications for different areas. 5 applications are managed by one cloud vendor. Remaining 5 is managed by internally, since those are very much secured, very sensitive data. Okay, the applications which you don't want to trust someone, and you don't want to deploy, you don't want to use manage the data with third party applications. Internally you have your own application, those you want to bring into the cloud solution, where you will do the virtualization and you will just make that virtual servers available in the internet with a more security, which will be controlled by your team. That model we call as hybrid. It's all about client interest and their preference, and what sort of data and all. Even if you go with the public cloud, in case of Oracle, they are just have very high security measures they are taking care of. There is no risk for the client data even in case of public cloud if you go with Oracle. Okay, so that is a point. Let me ask you any questions you have here. Any questions based on these slides and whatever we discussed?
Laxman, this is Shankar.
Yep.
So like if we select the SaaS, but I need my own private infrastructure, that can be done, right?
That can be integrated, yes.
Because as you said, like in the SaaS infrastructure is like Oracle will be handling that.
Yeah. Even in PaaS also owned by Oracle. Even IaaS also owned by infrastructure will be owned by managed by Oracle or any. We are talking about Oracle, so we are taking the same example. It would be owned by the respective vendor. Owned by and managed by. If you want to have your own, yes, you can have. And you through virtualization, you make virtual server. That provision for access to the users through internet. That's it.
Hey, Laxman, this is Mohan.
Yep. See,
In SaaS
don't mind for this point. No need to introduce your names. Directly you can ask the questions. That is more than enough to discuss. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In SaaS environment, like you said, when you request to go for the higher version,
update possible.
Yeah, where do they do the testing and other things, like, because the functionality is completely going to be changed, right? So do we have any test or dev or anything they provide? Or?
Talk about the traditional upgrade process. What we do, will DB apply the patches and will test and will verify, right? The same approach here also we follow. Whenever we request Oracle by raising SR, ideally we get two instances if you go with Oracle Cloud. One is pre-prod and prod. Pre-prod for development and testing you can use. The other one is for production. Okay, two instances you get in case of cloud. So whenever you put a request to Oracle, what they do is first they'll upgrade your test environment, which is a replica of your production. Then they'll give you the time to go and test it. You no need to test too much because everything standard product only. They didn't allow you to modify. Okay, so that is the reason you no need to perform too much of testing, since there is no big impact in this environment based on what are the changes you did. First of all, you cannot do the changes, functional changes. That is the reason it's a pretty simple task for Oracle and for us.
Got it. Thank you. And one more question I have. You mentioned that like most of the the UI is built out of ADF.
Correct.
Are we going to cover any kind of basics on ADF or?
Oh, that is completely technical. No, we are not going to develop ADF pages.
No, I'm not asking for developing ADF pages, but like some kind of basics or anything. Do we have any idea covered in this?
Totally different track and different learning, which is required for technical guys. I'll take you through how to define the basic report by using the BI publisher, because that is only the source from where you can query the data. Because of that reason, I'll take you through that. But ADF and all, it's so being a functional consultant in EBS, we didn't develop any forms, right? Even we didn't try to do it.
Okay.
The forms builder and all.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking the question. The reason is
that's different. But here it's completely different. Again, we need, of course, ADF outside of the application also you can do it. But to do within the application, we need a PaaS environment.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep. Not required for us.
Thank you.
We should.
This is Edward.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. From operation standpoint, we have situation that sometimes we have to apply data fix, to, some issues that might happen in the system. How do Oracle undo that?
Yeah.
That's the first question.
Got you. So the point
That
is,
is
any sort of these fixes and patch applications and all will be done by Oracle DBA team. So we are not going
okay.
to have DBA if you are going to use Oracle Fusion Cloud applications. It could be SaaS or PaaS, anything. So DBA's support will be provided by Oracle only. Just we have to raise SR. Say you got some issue and you are just identified, you verified in the global support or call as Metalink, and there is a note saying that patch need to be applied. However we communicate with our DBA to apply the patch in case of EBS, we have to treat the same approach we follow. We'll just raise SR to Oracle saying that this is an issue we are facing. We address this is causing because of some bug. So we have to apply so and so patch. Please help us. That's all. So their Oracle is maintaining the very dedicated DBA team to help their customers. So they'll come into the picture and they'll have a communication, and the patch application will be done. We'll perform the testing. If that is okay in the test environment, finally they'll apply in the production environment. So what DBS do, that will be done by Oracle DBS now. Our DBA, what they do in EBS, now that is the task goes to Oracle DBS. Yep.
Okay. Now on the SaaS, right? SaaS application, you did mention that if there's any changes or if there's any updates, Oracle will just push it out. Now, would Oracle notify the client that okay, they're making changes to a particular feature?
SaaS, what
and
you're talking about?
Application access.
No, application access means you'll have access to only standard application you can configure and you can use. Reports you can customize. What is your question?
Right. But you did mention that, if there is any changes to the application,
okay,
it's going to be pushed out.
No. If any changes, they don't do directly for existing environment, right? Existing version. Okay.
That's what I want to clarify.
Yeah. That changes what they come up that they'll be including and releasing with the next version, right? Next release or versions.
Okay, that's what I want to clarify.
So if Oracle did some changes, they did a lot of bug fixing in the current environment, they are going to come up with the next release or next version. We'll come to know. Then you may raise a request SR to Oracle saying that yes, we are interested to move to this latest version. Just we have to raise a SR, then they'll just convert our environment with our permission.
Okay. Yep. Now, we pass, right, which application access and customization. Are there any limits to customization? Because okay. I've worked with clients.
No limit. Answer is no limit.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Laxman, I have a doubt.
Please.
This is Aditya. Yeah, in SaaS model, you said that we have the customizations, right?
SaaS, we also customizations means that is limited to reports customization, because report customization reality not a customization, just setting how report need to be result data based on which data is available. It doesn't affect the functionality or behavior, right? Only report customization you can do. Apart from that, very basic personalizations also you can do in the SaaS, not very advanced personalizations. Very basic personalizations is allowed in the SaaS, because very basic personalizations doesn't impact functionality or behavior of the specific application or process.
Okay. Here, while doing the upgradation, only the functionality changes will be affecting, or the customizations also will affect. See, I mean to say that this customizations to be
customizations we are not going to do. Customizations we are not going to do. Only report customizations we are doing in that environment, that whatever the reports you are developing, those it will carry forward to that. And again, you have to look into that any change happened within this related to database, some fields, some controls. Since you customized, you have to look after that. In EBS we do the same, right? In the case of EBS, for everything we do, the customization what we did after upgrading, that is exactly syncing or any changes with this new version, everything we'll do. The same we do with the report, that's all.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Laxman.
Yeah, thanks. Fine, just will move on to other slide to understand few more points. So here is a slide which talks about the difference between on-premise and cloud. It's very simple to understand. When you talk about cloud applications, you are not going to invest money to purchase the server infrastructure. Just rent a flexible service, pay as you grow. Just you'll take the subscription for specific application or set of applications, user base. It's a user based subscription. Okay, if you are going to take subscription for finance, so for how many users, that's how you have to take the subscription. But when you talk about on-premise applications, capex, upfront investment, you have to invest a lot as a capital investment to buy the server infrastructure and all. And here in cloud case, the standard security and access anywhere and whenever required. Means Oracle is taking care of the security in cloud, or else you have some concerns for few applications, you want to have your own security model, and in that case you can go with the private, or else you can go with the combination of public and private, which we call as hybrid. So here Oracle will take care of. If you go with your own, you should have a team to take care of all those. And customer owned upgrades and patching. If you go with on-premise, if you are going to have your own server, the upgrade should be done and patch application should be done by your own team. But in case of cloud, that will be taken care by Oracle. No upgrade, but latest functionality via regular releases. Whenever Oracle come up with a new release, so your environment will get upgraded if you are in the environment option called as SaaS only, not PaaS. It is not applicable for PaaS. SaaS. Okay, and the patch applications and all, you no need to maintain the team, that will be taken care by DBA team. And you should approach the data centers, hardware costs, okay, the disasters, data recovery and all. There will be risk here. Everything Oracle will take care of. So this is how, like here, outdated software resulting missing business functionalities here not required. This is how this is a different. It's very simple to understand. On-premise, we have to take care of everything. In this case, Oracle will take care of behalf of us. Since they are going to maintain the servers, they are giving the virtual access. But the big difference between on-premise and cloud is, in case of on-premise, we'll have a complete control on that application. In case of cloud, we cannot have complete control. But if you want to have a control related to customizations and all, you can go with a PaaS instead of SaaS. And in case of cloud, if you go with the SaaS, the great advantage is auto upgrade, which is not at all possible in on-premise. So here you have to follow the traditional upgrade process approach in case of on-premise environment. That's all about the difference. Here I just mentioned very few points what you can find as new in the Fusion applications. Sorry. Fine. Roles concept. In EBS, if any user need access to anything, responsibility concept is very important. Without responsibility, user cannot have access to anything. To perform configuration, to create, to perform the transactions or any report, to run the reports, for anything, user need access to UI, user interface, or GUI, graphical user interface, some forms. So those you can access to the user through responsibility concept. Now, instead of responsibilities, we'll provision access to the user to roles. In fact, in EBS also we have this roles concept, but that is limited to web applications. Now Fusion is completely web-based application, no responsibility concept, everything will deal with the roles only. Okay, you want to allow user to work on accounts payables. We assign role to user related to accounts payables. User will have access to payable application. So however, you can create the custom menus and custom responsibilities in EBS. In the same way, in Fusion also you can create the roles. We'll discuss very detailed level once we get into that relevant topic. And reporting. Okay, so in EBS, if client required BI publisher reports, those you don't find as inbuilt solution, and OTBI also, those are separate products. In the Fusion, so you have a reporting solution, the BI reporting, OTBI, Oracle Transaction Business Intelligence reporting, and Hyperion reporting. These are all part of Fusion applications as inbuilt solutions. You don't need to go with a separate license. Say you have a client who is running on release 12, EBS release 12. So they are not happy with GL reporting solution, which is FSG, Financial Statement Generator. They want to go with Hyperion reporting. They have to take the separate license for that, since there is a separate product which is not part of Oracle EBS. So, but in the Fusion, that is not at all required. So that Hyperion HFR, Hyperion Financial Reporting solution, is available as a part of EBS GL application. Okay, Fusion GL application. The same way, BA reports, OTBA analysis, all you can conduct, okay, within the Fusion application, since those are inbuilt solutions. FPDA, file-based data import. These all will discuss very detailed level. Just to introduce, I just listed here, that's all. FPDA, file-based data import. Okay, file-based data import. So here, it's all about data conversions, where the functional people can execute these data conversions. It's very simple. In EBS, we have to prepare the templates, we have to collect the data, we give to the technical team, they'll convert into flat files, they create staging tables, they'll move the data from flat file to staging tables by writing a lot of the programming, and they'll perform the validations with the programming, they'll populate the data from the staging to interface tables. From there we import. Without technical resource, we cannot do it. But in the Fusion, we can do it with the help of FPDA template. How it works and all, when we are working on that, we'll see. In our classes, we'll see how to do the data conversion, the full cycle for master data and transactional data. If we take payables, we'll see how to do the vendor master conversions and open invoices and receivables, customers, open transactions, and assets conversions, journal conversion. We'll see. We'll be testing complete process, and we'll see the results also. Accounting. So it's just I mentioned the Fusion application. That is the reason I taken that. When I talk about our financials part, there is no difference compared to EBS, but they made big change with respect to SCM. So if you want to create the receipt related accounting or cost related accounting or PO related accounting derivation and all, you have to do the separate configuration. It's not same as a EBS. Anyway, at least we'll see PO related how accounting configuration works. Since we are going to work on P2P cycle, that would be mandatory. Without doing that PO tab, PO transaction accounting builder configuration, you cannot create requisition and do purchase order, you cannot process. So that is the reason we'll discuss there, which is different compared to EBS. And BPM, business process management. In EBS, we have AME, approval management engine, to configure approvals. So that you don't find in the Fusion. In that place, they introduce BPM. Through business process management only, you can configure your approvals for any application. Security console. In EBS, we have sysadmin, where you can create the users, responsibilities, customizing the menus, and all these activities you can do as a part of sysadmin. Similar to sysadmin, we have a security console in the Fusion applications. From here only you can create the users, and you can associate roles to the users, and you can create the custom roles. However, you create custom menus in EBS. All sort of administration work you can do from the security console. And we know EBS architecture. When you look at Fusion architecture, that is slightly different. We'll discuss very detailed level anyway. FSM. In EBS, if you want to do the payable setups, you have to be in the payables responsibility. GL setups and GL responsibility. For which application you want to do the configuration, you have to be in the particular responsibility. But from the same responsibility, you can perform the transactions also, since the menu consists of the different submenus, configuration related submenus and transactional related submenus. But in the Fusion, that is completely separated. Any application configuration you can do from FSM, Functional Setup Manager. This is a centralized environment. Any application configuration you can do from here. From here only you can do the setups. You cannot perform any transactions. For transactions, we have to have access to different areas with the help of transactional based roles. In Fusion, to manage all your configurations which you do in the FSM, we have to create the implementation project so that you can track how much percentage of configurations completed, which application, which consultant is implementing. You can specify how much percentage of configuration is completed. Everything you can track very detailed level. You can do the project related assignments, and the terminology and all here we have to understand when you are working on FSM. We'll discuss detail level. Just simple point is to manage your configuration which you do in the system across the application. We have to create the implementation project for tracking purpose. And social networking, say simple example, you created an invoice, or else you are opening the periods, or you are going to close the periods. You want to communicate with your team. However, you share one post in the Facebook with your friends or someone, in the same way, some sort of action which you perform in the Fusion applications, you can share, you can communicate with your team, you can create the groups, you can share, so that you can take the opinion from them. That's how it's very much collaborative work you can perform within the application environment with this social networking. Okay, you have one invoice from the supplier and you want to speak to someone, or you want to talk to multiple people within the team related to that invoice or issues or etc. Now you no need to write email, you no need to have a call, you no need to use a third party tool to communicate within that application environment. Just you can start talking about that invoice. It will be shared with all the people. They can start responding. That's how very collaborate communication can be possible within the Fusion application, since Oracle is providing social networking feature within the application to talk about any task which you are performing within the application. And again, dashboards. Okay, so in EBS, if you want to see some transactions what you performed, or the transactions which are pending, or transactions which are ended with error in the import process, or the approvals notifications which you received, or else what you submitted which are pending from others, or period closing related issues, any sort of information readily available with the concept called as dashboards. If you go to dashboard, quick information where you have to take action, where action need to be taken by others, the tasks which are related to you, and the process where you are involving, and all the ready information is available through dashboards. Otherwise in EBS, all the ways you have to go and run the report, you have to run the process, you have to go and query the data. This and all you don't need to do in the EBS Fusion case. Ready dashboards are available, which would be available based on the role of the user. User is working for payables, the payable dashboard would be available. User is working for receivables, receivable dashboard. User is working for only payments dashboard would be available. So that's how the dashboards are available. RI, rapid implementation. Oracle is providing the spreadsheet. You can put the data within that spreadsheet and you can submit the spreadsheet to the application and it will create the setups automatically. So very simple. You want to create accounting calendar, you want to create the chart of accounts, you want to create the primary ledger, you want to create the legal entity, you want to create the operating nets. All the data you can put in the rapid implementation spreadsheet. If you want to create the chart of accounts within the system, we know the process. We have to take the navigation, we have to select application general ledger, we have to select flex field called as accounting flex field. You have to go and click, you have to give the structure, you have to click on the segments, you have to give the numbering, name, prompt, value set creation, selection, freezing, deploying, many kind of navigation based actions, tasks we have to perform. So instead of doing all this, just enter the data. What name you require for your calendar, what name you require for your chart of accounts, how many segments require, what are those names. You don't need to click somewhere in the simple single sheet you can provide. submit that. Sorry. So submit that sheet to application. Automatically system will perform the configuration, which we call as the rapid implementation. We'll see anyway. Whatever we're discussing here, everything will be covering, will be working on. So that means rapid implementation approach is available in the Fusion applications. You don't need to create your calendars, primary ledger, chart of accounts, legal entities, operating unit. The EBS operating units in the Fusion we call as business units. We'll discuss anyway. All you can perform through RI sheets. Simply we call as RI. RI stands for rapid implementation. And users. So in Fusion the users are classified, what purpose, how the users behaves in the Fusion applications, what are the reasons, that also new, we'll discuss and understand. And enterprise structure in EBS multi-org structure, the same in Fusion we are calling as enterprise structure. There are some slight differences which you have to understand, not great changes, it's a simple difference. Some new organization units also they included as a part of enterprise structure. So EBS operating multi-org in Fusion we are calling as enterprise structure. We'll discuss on that very detailed level. Okay. So there are many other points which you can find as new features and all together. And altogether entire Fusion applications are built with web pages, no forms. So there are many, but I just mentioned here a few as to introduce, which are very primary. So that's all, and as a part of course agenda we just plan to go through the course curriculum also. We'll go through the course curriculum. After that, if you have any questions we can go ahead. Okay, no further discussions we are going to have related to this demo and all. If you want to drop from the meeting you can go ahead. Only the topic is remain is course content. Okay, so this is the course content. Primarily we are going to, primary focus would be on core financials applications. Okay, GL, AP, AR, CM and FA. Along with that we'll see the basic configuration, basic flow of transaction, the Fusion expense, nothing but EBS I expense in Fusion we are calling as Fusion expense. You cannot manage the expense report creation, expense report invoice creation, the Oracle Fusion payables, same as EBS payables, not possible. Only the option is Fusion expense. And Fusion tax, EBS EBT we are calling here as a Fusion tax. And your purchasing application, inventory is introduced with the product management, PIM, product information management application. And order management will be covering P2P and O2C cycles, basic configuration, basic flow. Primary focus would be on these core 5 modules. Okay, the same way P2P, O2C and rapid implementation, AGS and reporting, financial reporting studio is nothing but FRS, Hyperion Financial Reporting Studio, Smart View, BI reports, OTBI. Smart View means reports you can create through spreadsheet also. And data conversions are called as migration, supplier conversions, customers, AP open invoices, and AR transactions, assets conversion, GL journal conversion, and security console will be working on function setup manager where you can perform the setups. It's a separate application, BPM, and we'll do all these configuration and we'll do the discussions based on fresh environment approach. When you do the implementation for any client, what approach, what strategy we follow, that only will be implementing in our classes. We are not going to use any existing data to simplify our discussions or configuration. No, from scratch we'll do everything. So when you get a fresh instance for new implementation from the client, from where to start, what is the sequence of setups we have to perform after configuring, how to perform the transaction, how reporting goes, how accounting happens, all these points we'll be discussing. So every session we record and we'll be sharing the video. If you are going to miss one or multiple sessions because of some reasons, you don't need to worry about it. We'll be sharing the video, you can play and you can just go through it, and the videos which you are sharing you can keep with you permanently. Okay, now you may plan for this course, you may do it because of some project or some other reason, you may drop in between. You are going to get videos, so any point of time in future you can play the videos, will get full access. You can will share through Google Drive. You can download from the Google Drive and you can keep with you permanently. It's not limited access where we keep those videos in our control and you'll be accessing. No, videos you can download and you can keep with you permanently. We'll provide you the instance access for your practice. We'll be running the classes on the latest version, which is release 13, and these are the points to understand. And what are the course we are going to cover, all the topics, what are the discussions we are going to have, everything we compare with the EBS. The people who are from the EBS background, easily they can correlate to understand. Somebody is going to attend the classes who doesn't have any EBS background, those guys can ignore the comparison which we are going to do. That's all. Okay, so from GL side, this is a basic configuration. These are the concepts which we are going to cover. Okay, SRC, we are data access set, reporting ledger, secondary ledger, consolidations, and all concepts. From payable side, these are the configurations, and these are the topics we are going to cover. Okay, kind of what are the new also those we are going to cover. So some new features are introduced as a part of payables, creating invoices from the scanned images, etc., all will be covering. This is receivables related configuration, and these are the concepts which we are going to cover. And cash management related, fixed assets, and other expense, basic configuration, basic flow, creating expense report and creating invoice and payables by following the process, fusion tax calculation, P2P configuration, and the process of right from requisition to invoice creation, purchase order, approvals also will do it, and creating the receipt, checking on hand quantity, and creating invoice through matching in the payables. O2C cycle will do the complete order management configuration, and we'll see the result in the receivables where system will create invoice in the receivables application based on the sales order. So this all we are going to do in our own configuration environment. In the environment, we'll do all our setups with the support of our setups only. We are going to execute all the scenarios. We are not going to use any existing setups. Okay. Fresh instance approach. That's all. So this is all about course curriculum. So now we can go ahead with our questions. If any questions related to this course, anything, please let me know. We're done for today. If anyone want to drop from this meeting, you can go ahead. If you have any questions, you can stay back and you can raise your questions, or else anyway all the questions we are recording and we'll be sharing the video. So even you can go through it if you don't have any questions. If you are here just to hear the questions, to understand what discussions are going on. Fine. Any questions, please?
Laxman, like a client can choose for AWS cloud and go for a SaaS model or SaaS services. So this software as a service, will it be?
Answer is no. How no? If client is going to take AWS, that is their Oracle point of view, that's their own storage. Okay, they can install any application, that could be Fusion or any application they can manage, they'll have full control on that. In that case, client has to take a license from Oracle for the product. They need product, not subscription. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
So if that is the case, there is no difference between your own server or AWS server. It is not Oracle server, that's all. Yeah, please.
Hi, Laxman. This is Edward.
Please.
Do we get this deck? Do we get it emailed to us?
Sorry?
This deck that you just presented, do we get an email
this
on it?
You are asking this session video?
Yeah.
We'll share it. We'll share with everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Fine. Any other questions, please?
And one more thing, do we get the application access from the day one of starting the classes, or is that?
Once you make the payment, we are ready to share previous batch videos also. You can start going through those classes and you can practice and you can get some level of understanding, and other side you can attend these classes. So that's how it works. The moment you make the payment, we'll provide you the instance access. If you want previous batch videos also, we can share. And you'll be getting the current batch videos also once we complete each session.
And also, is there any limitation, like, is there any, like, number of months we do have access to the application, or can we have an unlimited access to the application?
You will get 3 months instance access, because we'll complete the course within 2 months and you'll have a 1 more month as a buffer period to practice. And if at all you required instance access after completing the course, no issues, we can extend the instance access for 1 more or 2 more months. That won't become an issue. Okay, we can work on it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions, please?
Laxman, like I have like 1.5 years of experience in EBS. Okay, so like going through all this fusion thing, will I be able to understand all the functionality?
Yes, you can understand. If you say you have a EBS experience or at least knowledge, that is more than enough.
Okay.
Yep. Any questions? Okay. So,
Hi, this is Edward again. One last question. After the class, do you is there any resume assistance and job prep
sure.
if we're called for interview?
We provide a sample CV.
Okay.
Okay, sample Fusion Financial CV, and you can just take it and you can do the conversion from your end with the changes.
Okay.
We will provide it.
Yeah, hi Laxman. This is after taking this class, if we want to go for some Oracle certification for 1 or 2 modules, will that be possible?
So we know for certification we need separate preparation. Even the guys who are working working from many years, if they want to do the certification on EBS also, they have to prepare and they have to give an exam. Same is applicable. Separate preparation is required, but with the classes which you are going to have, you will be able to give an exam where you can get required score. Possible, but still the recommendation is better you can go with that preparation, because the for certification curriculum is slightly different, right? If you notice, the what we do and what we have to understand, all the aspects, the areas to give a certification slightly different. Separate preparation is required. I'll provide you the information which is required for you.
Okay. And for the cloud, since it does support and customization, what percentage of clients are going for this?
Okay, if you want to work on Fusion application, cloud applications or Fusion applications technical side, the primary one is BI. Learn BI reporting, BI publisher reporting. That is the one. The second one is learn ADF. Okay, learn ADF. And third one is for integrations, learn SOA, service oriented architecture. Okay, that is a component which helps us to do the third party integrations. And to do sort of workflow customizations and all, you may learn BPM, business process management, technical aspect. So if these components are going to be handy for you, you'll be able to work on technical side also, but scope is very less.
So going forward in Fusion or in cloud, so what kind of work do we expect? Is it purely functional or?
See, most of the requirements you can see in the market for functional area only.
For functional
area. You take a finance or a CM, HCM or anything, functional area only. That I just given the simple example, right? If you take 10 projects, minimum 10 functional resources are required for finance. But for all the functional areas, the company may just take the 3-4 resource. They'll be using in the multiple projects. You don't need to have dedicated resource. If you have 3 projects can be managed by technical work by one technical resource if the three projects are pass model again. Yep. Very less scope. I am not sure you came across with these cases. Many technical people already migrated to functional side and still they are doing. Who has 10, 15, a big number of years of experience who has, they are just converting to functional side. Any other questions? Any questions, please? If no questions, we can wind up for today and we'll connect tomorrow same time. Any questions, please?
Can you hear me, Laxman?
Very low. Voice is very low.
Oh, okay.
No, I cannot understand anything. Any questions from others?
Can you hear me better?
Now better, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I saw on one of your slides that for Oracle Fusion applications, businesses don't need IT support, IT staff, but they need instead business users. So doing this training, taking this training, what are we going to get out of it then if we are not part of the business users?
What is that, business?
No, on one of your slides, I saw that you said for Oracle Fusion applications, companies only need business users as opposed to IT staff. IT, information technology staff. So my question is, if that is the case, why are we doing this training for?
No, IT, what is that? I'm really not clear about
Not IP, IT.
IT, yes.
Information technology.
Technology, IT, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so they don't need IT staff. They only need business users. Is that right?
I see.
For Oracle Fusion.
See, simple point. It's all about, well, only the point we are trying to understand who is going to manage this server and product. Here, it's not like it is a server infrastructure I was addressing. Okay, if you want to use only the application, they no need to maintain the server. That's what I'm trying to say. They no need to maintain the server. Just they can go with the access. Here, the same I just...
Okay, and so those companies will need definitely IT support, IT staff. Is that right?
Yeah,
Oracle Fusion.
Yes. Complete support. IT support. It's completely kind of. It has a lot of segmentation. So you may have an IT team, internal IT team, who will be supporting for your application. See, the deployment and all you may do in the Oracle server. You do the implementation, and when you are doing the support for the same, you may have your own IT team who will be just supporting for application related issues and some other configurations and etc.
Okay, so as part of this course, are you going to cover the various roles people can fall under during Fusion applications implementation or projects?
Yes. We have to discuss all the roles and how we'll be doing what, and by the reality, by taking that reality, what roles which department can have. Accordingly, Oracle is providing the seeded roles also. We'll be working on those.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is the role of consultant and users, etc. We'll talk on that definitely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. So any other questions?
Yeah, Laxman sir.
Details
Yeah, please go ahead.
about the fees details.
You can talk to the team. Like you can talk to the team once you make the payment. Please update them. I'll be sharing the instance, and if you want the previous batch videos, I'll be sharing, and every session also will be sharing from current batch. You can keep in touch with the team regarding that. With anyone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, Laxman sir.
Laxman, please. Last question. Sorry.
Yeah, please.
I think someone said to me that the starting the time could be brought back or forward. That is to 6 a.m.
Correct.
Indian Standard Time. So when are we going to go to that time?
End of this month.
Okay.
Think mid of the course.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Eh?
Yeah, it would be mid of the course.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. So you can try with the videos also. That will work fine. If you have a EBS knowledge, at least knowledge, that will help you.
Yeah, Laxman sir.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Yes, Syed, please. I think you are not able to hear us. Not sure.
Sir, can you
So your voice is breaking, Syed. Seems to there is some issue with the connectivity. So any questions from others, please?
Hello, Lakshman. This is Irshad. Actually, I just want to know, like, how long is this course, and like, what is the timing you're going to be maintaining? Like...
It goes up to 2 months. If required, we may just we may get into third month also, but not required. Within 2 months, we can complete. And
okay.
We run these classes at 8 o'clock, 8 to 9:30. That is the time you can take. It goes up to 1 month. After 1 month, we'll prepone to 6 a.m. IST instead of 8.
Okay.
We'll prepone to 6 a.m. IST, and 6 to 8 will be running for rest of period. Yep.
Okay. So this is only the Fusion Financial. Is there any other course with the SC?
Yeah, we have different courses that you may talk to the team. Okay, they can give you the complete information. We have multiple courses on Fusion and the EBS.
On the EBS, okay.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Any questions, please? Okay, no questions. Fine. We'll connect tomorrow, same time. We'll send the meeting link before 5 minutes, and we can connect sharp 8 o'clock, and we'll talk one by one topic, more detailed level. So before getting to the application, what sort of understanding is required about the same application and other points, we'll see in tomorrow's session. Okay, thank you all. Have a good day and good night. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you so much.